Hello students, so welcome back to my channel. So today our topic will be regulation of gene expression. So before starting this regulation of gene expression, first of all we should know how does the gene express. You know very well that genome contains thousands of genes, nearly it contains 30,000 genes. The cell will select only the genes which has to be expressed. They will not do the expression of all the genes in all the cells, which leads to the specialization. Now, what does gene expression means in broad sense? So, gene expression means the formation of protein, and protein formation is done through RNA. Means first transcription will be done to make RNA, and then translation will be done to form protein. And if this process is done, then we say gene is expressed. In case of eukaryotes, gene regulation is very tightly regulated, so that few genes should be expressed in a particular cells and all should not express. So gene regulation is very tightly regulated in case of eukaryotes, and they are doing at very different points. Now see here, in case of eukaryote, you know very well that eukaryote genes are split. Split gene means introns are present along with exons. Introns are your non-coding sequence and exons are your coding sequence. So for expression of a gene in case of eukaryote, first of all transcription will be done. The preparation is done of hnRNA. hnRNA will go for processing. The second step is after transcription, then we'll be doing the processing. After processing, then it has to be transported into the cytoplasm because translation process is occurring in the cytoplasm in case of eukaryote. And after once it is transported in the cytoplasm, then only the translation process can occur. So in case of eukaryote, for the gene to express, first of all, they have to do transcription. After that, they have to do processing. Then they have to be transported into the cytoplasm and then only translation. So if we have to regulate our gene, then we can do at the transcriptional level. At this level we can prevent the transcription. We can prevent it at processing level. This is our second level where we can prevent. Then we can prevent at the transport level. And fourth, we can prevent at the translation level. So we can regulate our gene expression at 4 points: transcriptional level, processing level, transport level, and translation level. Now I'll just show you the mind map to learn all these things. So now see here, this is your DNA, which is going for transcription to prepare hnRNA. Okay, this is hnRNA, which is going for processing to prepare messenger RNA, which is then transported into the cytoplasm for the translation. So we can control first at transcriptional level only. We can inhibit here. This is our first point where we can control our gene from expression. Then if suppose transcription is done, then we will try to prevent the processing. Then we can inhibit at the processing level. If suppose this also they have crossed it, then we will try to prevent the export. We will not allow the messenger RNA to come into the cytoplasm. And if suppose it has come to the cytoplasm, then we will prevent the binding of the ribosome subunit with the messenger RNA. It means we'll try to prevent the translation. So these are the 4 points we can regulate our gene. But in case of prokaryotes, the predominant site for the regulation of gene expression is only transcription initiation only. Reason is that prokaryotes don't have split gene. First of all, split gene is not there in them. Okay, and second thing is translation and transcription both will occur in the cytoplasm only. So before the transcription complete, the translation process will start. So the only one point where they can regulate their gene expression is the transcription initiation only. So what they have developed an operon concept to regulate the gene expressions. So in this video, we are going to study how the prokaryotes are regulating their gene expression by taking a consideration of the case study of the lac operon. Now, before we start studying the lac operon, first of all, try to understand few terms. What are constitutive genes? Constitutive genes are those genes which are expressed all the time. Then what do you mean by the structural gene? Structural gene are the one which codes for polypeptide. Then what do you mean by the regulatory gene? This is actually important for the lab operon to understand. Regulatory genes are the one which will regulate whether the RNA polymerase should bind to the promoter site or not. It means they will produce protein to regulate the accessibility of the RNA polymerase to promoter site. Now see, let us first study, this is the transcriptional unit which is going to prepare the 3 enzymes. Okay, so these are your polycistronic structural gene. And these polycistronic structural genes, they are under the control of only one promoter. This is the promoter. And this is an operator. This is important. So in between the promoter and the structural gene, are you understanding, class? In between the promoter and the structural gene, operator is kept, and such an arrangement is actually known as operon. So this arrangement is known as operon, in which polycistronic structural genes are controlled by common promoter and common operator. Now, up till here, I hope is it clear to you? Now, if you see this diagram very carefully, you will find 3 structural genes are there, Z, Y, A. And if you see carefully from the diagram, Z gene is having large number of the nucleotide base pairs. Is it clear? This gene is having more base pair as compared to Y and A. So this is the diagram based question they asked in the NEET. Now see here, if you see this I gene, what does I stand for? I is actually, it is your regulatory. It is your regulatory gene, which is controlling whether RNA polymerase should bind to the promoter or not. So this is the regulatory gene, and it will produce repressor protein. And this is the promoter for this regulatory gene. So first of all, this diagram is clear. Reading of this diagram is also clear. Okay, this is the promoter. See here carefully. Once again, analyze the diagram carefully. This is the promoter of structural gene. This is the operator, and this is your 3 structural genes are there. So we say this arrangement is known as operon concept, and prokaryotes will regulate the gene expression through operon concept. In the absence of lactose, this repressor protein, okay, this inhibitory protein will make its messenger RNA, which we call it as repressor messenger RNA. And this repressor messenger RNA will then make the repressor protein. Let us assume this is the shape of the repressor protein. So this repressor protein will bind to the operator site. Is it clear? This repressor protein will go and bind to the operator. Now your RNA polymerase, let us assume this is your RNA polymerase with the sigma factor, wants to bind, it cannot bind to the promoter site. Promoter site, the RNA polymerase cannot bind. You have to please remember here carefully that RNA polymerase cannot bind to the promoter site because operator is blocked with the help of the repressor protein. So we can say these proteins are actually controlling whether the RNA polymerase should bind and the transcription should occur or not. In this case, RNA polymerase is not able to bind, so we will say transcription is not occurring, and such a regulation of this is known as negative regulation, and such expression is known as negative regulation. Here the repressor protein is not allowing the gene to express. But in case of when lactose is added, see the diagram carefully. So in the presence of lactose, this repressor protein will be inactivated. Let us assume this is the shape of the inducer I am making it, lactose, this is the lactose. So this lactose will bind with it and it will change the shape of the repressor protein. Let us assume it has changed to this shape. Okay, it has become now from triangle, it has become square. Now this shape cannot bind. This shape is not able to bind up. So now RNA polymerase can now easily bind with the promoter with the help of its sigma factor, and will go further and do the transcription of entire 3 structural gene to make only one transcript, that is known as LEC messenger RNA. Please check your NCERT very carefully. This is again question area. They ask how many messenger RNA are made by the LEC operon. It is only one LEC messenger RNA they make. They don't make 3 LEC messenger RNA. Those structural genes are 3. But they will do translation. This will make beta galactosidase. This will make permease. And this will make transacetylase. So if suppose they ask you the question, ki LEC messenger RNA is making 3 proteins. Are you understanding? LEC messenger RNA is making 3 proteins. Then each and every protein separately, do they have start codon and stop codon? Yes, your answer will go yes. Reason is ki there are 3 separate proteins are made. For making every protein, there is separate start codon and there is separate stop codon. So I will just show you the diagram. Try to understand it. Now see, this is your LEC messenger RNA. Okay, so this is the start codon for the beta galactosidase. This is start codon and this is stop codon. And you know very well, in front of the start codon as well as at the back of the stop codon, there will be UTR. So this is the one which is coding for the beta galactosidase. I hope you are able to understand the diagram carefully. This is area. This is again the start codon for the permease and stop codon is there. And again in front of the start codon this side and at the back of the stop codon, again you are having UTR. And this is the one segment which is going for translation to form the permease. This is again start codon and stop codon for the transacetylase. So this segment will do the translation for this enzyme. Let us see the summary. Regulation of gene expression in case of eukaryote. Okay, so in case of eukaryote, 4 levels are there. First is your transcriptional level. They will not allow transcription to occur. Second is processing level. If suppose transcription is done, then they will not allow processing to occur. Then transport level, they will not allow the messenger RNA to transport into the cytoplasm. And if suppose this is done, then they will not allow translation to occur. So in case of eukaryote, these are the 4 levels. But in case of the prokaryote, only 1 level is there, that is transcriptional initiation only. Regulation in prokaryote is only done at 1 level, that is transcriptional initiation. You can check in your NCERT, page number 116. It is given there. Second paragraph. Please learn this. It's a very, very important. Which is the predominant site for gene regulation in case of prokaryote. That is transcriptional initiation. So what they have done, they have developed operon concept. Operon concept is polycystonic structural gene is regulated by common promoter and regulatory gene. Okay. Now for the LEC operon diagram, you remember this way. 3 structural gene. First of all, you write ZYA. That sequence you should know it. ZYA. So these are your 3 structural gene. Then you write promoter and operator. And here you write inhibitory gene. And for inhibitory gene, again promoter. So in case of when the lactose is not there, you just make this diagram. Block it. This is in the case of when the lactose is not there. But when the lactose is present, that time you have to switch on the gene. Again, make this diagram. You make this and lactose is added. This is the lactose which you have added. And lactose is starting the system. So we say this is known as inducer, and such operon where the system is switched on, we say this is known as inducible operon. So change the shape of this repressor protein. Let us assume we have changed the shape this way after the inducer has been added here. So it cannot bind to the operator, and then RNA polymerase will move forward. Binding here, it will move forward and it will prepare the entire transcript. And this transcript will prepare 3 separate proteins. So here, who is starting the system? We will say the starting is done by the lactose. So this system is also known as inducible system. Means this is inducible operon. And name is given lac operon. I hope this video has helped you to learn properly. Still, if you have doubt, then you can ask me. And please go and check the link which I am giving you in the comment section for the practice of the topic which we have discussed today in the video. Thanks for watching class. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel.